Yo guys, I want to talk about something interesting that I've been reflecting on recently. It's about the balance between, like having fun, collecting experiences, doing crazy fun shit, like traveling, being out with friends, and like doing stuff that's not work, versus the other side of the spectrum, which is like working super hard, going to sleep super early, and like waking up super early, and like eating the perfect diet, and just being working, and like being almost like a caveman, is like working all the time. I think there's like a balance, obviously, you have to find between these two things, and I think this is one of like the biggest questions within like entrepreneurship as well. Like, at least for myself, I've been reflecting on a lot. It's like, where do I want to be on that spectrum? Like, what type of person do I want to be? Do I want to be a person who's just like grinding and like all business focused and is making as much money as possible, or do I want to be the person who's just kind of like building their business around their lifestyle and just having more fun and things like that? And what I want to talk about in this video is basically kind of like reflecting on like the pros and cons of those different paths, and what I kind of found, what I think is going to be the best path, and the path that I'm going to be taking in my life. And what I noticed is like, if you build your business and your career around like your lifestyle and being able to do cool things and being able to like have the funds to go on cool trips, do stuff with cool people and have fun, I think that's the best way to go about it. And here's why. Because if you just focus on like growing your business, if you just like kind of lock yourself behind locked doors and just like sit, work, and like obviously that's gonna get you to a point where you're making a lot of money. You're probably gonna be like making more money from the business. You're gonna be growing a lot in terms of like business and like that kind of area of your life. But what I've come to realize, like, that's just one part of your life. Business and like making money and career, that's one part of your life. But then you have so many other things. And I think the question that kind of like that I've been asking myself, at least, that's been giving me a lot of clarity on this, is like, when you're old, when you're like 60, 70, 80 years old, do you want to be the person who's like, I don't know, like if you think about like Elon Musk or like Mark Zuckerberg, who's just been like business, make a shit ton of money, and that's the only thing that you've been doing your entire life? Or do you want to be the type of person who's been making good money, but who also has a ton of experiences? The guy who's been like, I don't know, like traveling to the craziest places, gone on like the craziest trips and met crazy people, and like you have all these stories and all these crazy experiences you can tell and share with people. I think that's, at least for me, that's at least what I found that I want to be. Like, I want to be that like old guy who's like has all these stories, all these crazy things that you've done, and you really lived your life to the fullest instead of just being locked in and trying to build a business. And that's what I've been realizing, is like you obviously to some degree you can do both. You can make great money and like have more like a lifestyle business where you make good money from that and allows you to travel and do things like that. And I think that's the path I'm going to be going, where like you can build it around where like your lifestyle and experiences is the top priority, and then the business provides you and allows you to do those things, instead of just building a business that's just like business that's just about like grinding and like you don't even do anything fun. Because I think if you do it that way, if you just build your business that way, where it's like just grind and like no fun and just like focus all the time, you're gonna kind of in a way get a bit burned out, because you don't actually need to get like you don't actually get to use the fruits of your labor. You never actually like use or like do anything with the money that you make or the freedom that you have from having a business. You just grind. I think, at least for me, that I've noticed that I lose a lot of motivation when I just go like monk mode for too long of a time. So I think this is the way to go, because like if you're traveling, if you're doing fun stuff with the money you're making, that also drives you to work harder. So it becomes like a positive loop. If you're working a bit, you're making money, you're doing fun shit, then it makes you like want to work even harder to make more money and be able to do more fun shit, you know? And so that's kind of like how I look at it. It's just like being like doing business and setting your life up in a way where it's focused around collecting experiences and having stories to tell when you're older. I think it's gonna be way more fulfilling to do and way more fun, and like that's kind of the life that I want. I want to be that like older guy where you can look back at your life and like you have all these crazy stories to tell and to tell your like your grandkids and your kids, and you're someone who's really lived life, versus just being that like person who's just been grinding all their life and just been like working all the time. So that's really what I wanted to kind of like share with you in this video, is like kind of my reflections around this stuff that I've been learning from listening to other successful people, speaking with friends, talking with mentors, things like that. And this kind of what the conclusion I've come to. Might change in the future, might be the case. I might become like some fucking monk again and like start grinding all the time, we'll see. But this is where I'm at right now, and I think this is how I'm gonna be structuring like my life, business moving forward as well. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm curious if you guys agree, disagree. I know there's a lot of different like perspectives and ways of seeing this. So let me know what you think, and leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of content. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Ciao.